Jack London, The Little Lady of the Big House, Part 12. I don't know about that, he said. There's your wife, for an instance. She, with her sheepskin classical scholar at that, what has she done with it? 2 boys and 3 girls, I believe. As I remember you telling me, she was engaged to you the whole last half of her senior year. True, but Krelin insisted with an eye twinkle of appreciation of the point that was 15 years ago, as well as a love match. We just couldn't help it. That far, I agree. She had planned unheard of achievements, while I saw nothing else than the deanship of the College of Agriculture. We just couldn't help it. But that was 15 years ago, and 15 years have made all the difference in the world in the ambitions and ideals of our young women. Don't you believe it for a moment, I tell you, Mr. Krellin. It's a statistic. All contrary things are transient. Ever woman remains, ever man, everlasting and eternal. Not until our girl children cease from playing with dolls and from looking at their own antecedents in mirrors will woman ever be otherwise than that she has always been. First, the mother, second, the maid of man. It is a statistic. I've been looking up the girls who graduate from the state normal. You will notice that those who marry by the way before graduation are included. Nevertheless, the average length of time the graduates actually teach school is little more than 2 years. And when you consider that a lot of them, though ill looks and ill luck, are foredoomed old maids and are foredoomed to teach all their lives, you can see how they cut down the period of teaching of the marriageable ones. A woman, even a girl woman, will have her way where men are concerned. Krellin muttered, unable to dispute his employer's figures, but resolved to look them up. And your girl, woman, will go to Stanford, Forrest laughed as he prepared to lift his mare into a gallop. And you and I and all men, to the end of time, will see to it that they do have their way. Krellin smiled to himself as his employer diminished down the road, for Krellin knew his Kipling, and the thought that caused the smile was, "But where's the kid of your own, Mr. Forrest?" He decided to repeat it to Mrs. Krellin over the breakfast coffee. Once again Dick Forrest delayed ere he gained the big house. The man he stopped he addressed as Mendenhall, who was his horse manager as well as pasture expert, and who was reputed to know not only every blade of grass on the range, but the length of every blade of grass and its age from seed germination as well. At signal from Forrest, Mendenhall drew up the 2 colts he was driving in a double breaking cart. What had caused Forrest to signal was a glance he had caught across the northern edge of the valley of great smooth hill ranges, miles beyond touched by the sun, and deeply green where they projected into the vast flat of the Sacramento Valley. The talk that followed was quick and abbreviated to terms of understanding between 2 men who knew. Grass was the subject. Mention was made of the winter rainfall and of the chance for late spring rains to come. Names occurred such as the Little Coyote and Los Guatos Creeks, the Yolo and the Miramar Hills, the Big Basin, Round Valley, and the San Anselmo and Los Banos ranges. Movements of herds and droves, past, present, and to come, were discussed, as well as the outlook for cultivated hay in far upland pastures, and the estimates of such hay that still remained over the winter in remote barns in the sheltered mountain valleys where herds had wintered and been fed.